Anyway, who actually seen the New Edition story? It was good, right? It was really good, I must say. And also, I must say, all the actors, um, they did a really, really, really excellent job. I think the guy that played Mike Bivins, he was like, you couldn't even tell the difference. They was like twins. Ralph, twins. Johnny Gill, twins. I mean, they all was good. They good acting, everybody. My man on there, Harris Wood, or Wood Harris. I think I'm saying his name right. The one who played Brooke Payne. I like all his movies though, so I knew he was gonna kill it. But the reason why I'm doing this video, because a lot of people are still like kind of confused about Whitney and Bobby, because Bobby was a big thing. And I forgot to put a shout out to Woody the Great. Dude, you did that shit. You played Bobby Brown to the T, man. Boy, you was good. I didn't even know you had skills like that, but you got skills, boy. You was great. But anyway, about Bobby. Yeah, Bobby and Whitney, everybody, because of everything that went down with Whitney and her daughter and Bobby Brown and everything. But check this out, what I found. I found an interview that just came out, but it's old. This interview, I think it's like when Whitney first died. And I found, because now you know that the New Edition story coming out, all the everything is coming out, like the stuff, untold stories. Dude, listen, Mike Bivins is telling everything about Bobby and Whitney, and you can tell like he didn't really want to talk about it because it's not his place. But when you hear this interview, you gonna kind of know why, and you gonna kind of understand that it wasn't Bobby, But check this out, man. Check this out. It's real good, man. Check this out. It's awesome. Look, here we go.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Well, if you're like Bill and I, and you worked at KISS all these many years, oh my God. How many times do we play this song? Like a million. How about this one? Mike Bivins from New Edition on the phone. Hey, Mike.
What up, man? How you feeling, man?
Those were the days, buddy. What year was Candy Girl?
83.
No way.
Wow.
Yes, 83,
That long ago? Oh my God, I feel so old.
All right, I'm gonna skip through, guys.
She's just like, I'm still there.
God, you're like you still shop at Telos?
Because I want to get to. I want to get.
And you still got Silver Slipper down Dudley. You could do whatever
Bobby
you want.
Brown.
You got mice in the north there.
I'm gonna kind of skip through the interview because I want to get to the main part when he starts talking about Bobby Brown, guys. So don't trip.
Silver Slipper. Whoa.
Start working. So Bobby's always working with Ralph and Johnny and another group. So it's not like we got back together. We just all been doing our own thing.
Well, of course, a couple of weeks ago we lose Whitney, and everybody's looking at Bobby, and some favorably, some not so favorably. I mean, he had a pretty rough marriage. How does he seem to you this past weekend?
Oh, he was in great spirits. I mean, you gotta understand, Bobby has like the best personality in the world. I mean, I think the misconception with him is that people don't know him. They only know of him. Mm-hmm. This guy keeps his kids with him at all times. He moves, with a family of 6. He has the nanny out there with the baby, and he's constantly taking care of people. And I think that when he's ready to address the things that everybody wants to know, I think people would be shocked of the type of person he's turned into. I mean, Maddie and everybody else in the station. I mean, the guy lost his mom last year. He lost his father last year.
Damn.
His ex-wife just passed. They got to give Bob a break. Give him a pass, man. I mean, you wouldn't wish that on nobody. And it seems like whenever they mention his name, they don't balance it out with the good things. They balance it out because, he's trying to take care of his child. He's trying to work. We all run into a rut financially. What I know one thing, when he does make the money and he has on even feet, he spreads the wealth. Lovely. He takes care of us on the road. He's always buying the dinners and everything, man. So he's a good younger brother.
Talking with Mike Bivins, of course, from New Edition, Del Biv DeVoe. Well, here's the heavy thing. I don't want to lay this on your best friend, but, I mean, people saw Whitney Houston as this angel because she had such a beautiful voice. She marries Bobby. A lot of people blame Bobby for her downfall. Is that fair?
No, because over in our projects in Roxbury, man, they taught us to be good kids, man. I think, ever since he's been a child and this person, I mean, let's just be real, Matty. There was nobody more popular in the late 80s than Bobby Brown. That was the man.
You're right. I think people forget. Forget
Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was the ultimate entertainer, but in terms of gritty, raw, natural raw talent, Bobby Brown hands down. Period.
Really?
As a solo artist, as a dancer, live performer, energy person. So when you put that type of personality with the real Whitney Houston, not the one that Clyde made her, the one from Newark where the services was, how can you not see them together? It doesn't seem as awkward to us who live in the community. It just seems a little awkward to people who've never been from the community. Because those two together was the life of any party.
Oh, I'll bet. I'll bet. So what you're saying is, we're talking with Mike Bivins, what you're saying is that Bobby and Whitney were two of a kind, and the public looked at Bobby as the bad guy, but in reality, Bobby and Whitney were very much alike. True?
They were very much alike because of where they came from. Mm-hmm. When we watched those services Saturday, it wasn't in Hollywood, it was in Newark.
Right.
And if you've ever been to Newark, Newark is like Roxbury. It's serious. And her mother and Clyde, they made her the artist that was perfect. She should have been that type of artist. It was time for the new Diana Ross. It was time for it. But when she took and walked away from the stage, she was just like a regular homegirl from around the way. And remember, she had Randall Cunningham from the Eagles. She had Eddie Murphy, who wanted to deal with, I think, even Robert De Niro. So she had the A-list stars. But she picked the guy that she wanted. She invited him to her party, and he came there, and they cut up on the dance floor, and she found the love of her life. And I think everyone has to look at it like she chose him. He didn't choose her.
This is great stuff from Mike Bivins. This is out. Good for you. This is a perspective. Everybody's been talking about Whitney the last several weeks, and your perspective on it is refreshing. It really is, Mike. I'm not kidding.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Listen.
Now, MTV, VH1, Ebony, a couple of the high-power stations called us for the last week to talk, and good friends of mine, I turned all those interviews down. But the reason, when Kendra reached out and said, Mike, come on the show, the only reason why I'm even talking about this is because Kiss Wanna Wait was a part of Breaking Our Career, and it's a family station. But if you look through the press, ain't no member of my group spoke to anybody, and Bobby hasn't done an interview himself. He's only sent out 2 press statements. So the only reason I'm even giving y'all this is because you're deserving of it.
Well, Mike, I really do appreciate it, and it puts a lot of perspective on it, and as I say, you and us, we go way back, and, it means a lot to me personally, Mike, that you came on and gave us sort of this other side of the story. Let me give you a plug. New Edition is performing down in Providence at the Dunkin' Donuts Center Friday, April 20th, so you got plenty of time to get your tickets.
Right.
April 20th.
Right. Come through. And the tour is great, too, man. And it's interesting, just to keep it light, because I know y'all have that light, fun show, but we've had 12 sold-out shows thus far. Every show has been sold out. And in the last week, man, we allowed the press. We allowed Inside Edition. We let Barbara Walters' camera. All of the big national media outlets, we allowed them to come into our building, put their cameras in the front of the stage, and shoot Bobby, performance or a lot of stuff you've seen online. We allowed those things to happen. And all we said to them was, if you're going to shoot us live and you want to get him for your story, just make sure you balance out the story.
Good for
we
you.
understand you want to dig up the dirt, but make sure you show him in a good, positive light. And, and it worked out for things. You can't control the media, but we were very helpful and open our doors to allow them to come into our concert. And it's a great show, by the way.
Mike's website is sportyrich.com. And
Okay, and now that's what I want to get into. So, if you see, like he said, Whitney Houston, man, before she had ballers, she had the dude from the Eagles, quarterback, good money. She had Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was big. Eddie Murphy and Michael Jackson was like this. She had Eddie Murphy. Okay. She had what's the actor? The Italian guy, Robert De Niro. She shot all of them down. Nope, I want Bobby Brown. And then what they was trying to get with her, she got at Bobby Brown. She invited Bobby Brown. And so that tells you there. And like they said, Whitney Houston is just the same way. So you can't say Bobby Brown got her on some type of drugs or he was doing this and doing that. You can't say none of that because they said Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown was one of the kind. Okay. Now, Bobby Brown's still here. All I gotta say is I give big props to Bobby Brown. I didn't know that he lost his dad, his mom, and his ex-wife, and his daughter all in the same year. And he's still holding down a family of 6. He's still working and making money. He's still going on tour with his crew, hiring people so his kids can be there. Instead of people leaving their kids and going on tour, he's bringing his kids on tour and hiring people to watch them while he's on tour. So when he gets off a stage and he rests up, he can go still and see what's up with his kids. And he said also, Bobby Brown on the road, he was taking care of the crew. He was making sure the crew is fed and everything. So hey, that tells you, man, that's a strong, dope dude. And even in the movie, you can see how they tried to kind of make you, I mean, they didn't do it too bad, but they kind of tried to make you look like Bobby Brown was the bad guy, kind of broke up the group. He was messing up the group. He was, he was like trying to take over. He wanted all the shine. He wanted all that. But when you hear what Mike Bivins had to say, no, yeah, he was like that, but he was that dude. When it broke off and he went on his own, he was even bigger than Michael Jackson at one time. So he was the dude. But he took care of his friends. And even in the movie they showed, when they tried to get rid of Mike Bivins, Bobby Brown was the first person to say, no, he ain't going nowhere. And even though they had a competition, Mike Bivins was the one that tried to do something to him. He's still like, no, dude, he ain't going nowhere. So that lets you know that, like I said, the truth about Bobby Brown has a big heart, and it's crazy. The crazy part to me, let me end this video because I've already been going way too long, but I can talk about New Edition of Bobby Brown forever. But crazy part to me is why, and please leave your comments about this, why the people with the biggest heart, I always hear this, the ones with the biggest heart that try to take care of everybody always lose so much and always go through so much hurt. I just gotta say this again, he lost his mom, his dad, his ex-wife, and his daughter all in the same year. And still holding down the family, still working, still going on strong. And y'all talk about drugs? Damn. That's all he did was drugs? Man, that's a dope ass dude, man. That's all I gotta say. Love New Edition, man. Bobby Brown. I had to bring this video about Bobby because, like I said, a lot of people always trying to make him look bad, and to hear that interview, that somebody telling the truth about Bobby, you know, showing him in a different light, I had to bring that to my audience. So hey, y'all, check this out, man. Hit the like buttons now. You gotta hit some likes, please. Like this video. Like the video. All right, y'all, I'm gone.